And they are going to get it done in two. Ellis lets it fly. The Bendigo Spirit are champions in 2025.
It's an incredible privilege to say that we've won a championship, and the thing I'm probably more subscribing to is I think we're all competing for this year's championship. You know, this year we effectively start with a relatively new group, not taking away from the fact, we've retained a solid core of that team, but you know, I think for us, trying to find our own way and our own identity because I just don't think the path that team took last year will be the same path that this team takes to be able to go away and put ourselves in a position to win a championship.
And the Townsville.
Yeah, it always hurts to lose in a grand final. We probably played that series again. We probably played a bit differently, and credit to Bendigo, they were tough and they were amazing and did a great job disrupting us, and I think pushed us out of playing our best. But you know, I'm definitely proud of the team, and I think, you know, we know that this season's going to be a totally brand new season, and all the teams have changed the look of their rosters, and you know, we're going to have to work just as hard, and we're going to have to make sure that every day we're about that improvement mindset. So it's exciting to see what we can do this year.
New season, old rivalry, the grand final rematch to kick off the season of Bendigo, the defending champions, and the runners-up from last year, the Townsville Fire. Out in central Victoria, both teams rolling in, stars aplenty among them, and this is quite the matchup to kick off both of these teams' campaign. Big crowd in at the Bendigo Stadium as well, all set to start their WNBL26 campaigns. Great to have you with us as we kick off a big Sunday of hoops. Joel Peterson, my name, and two great commentators alongside me as well. WNBL Coach of the Year and Championship winner Laurie Chiswick. Hello, Laurie.
Oh, it's so great to be here. It feels like it's been a long time since between seasons, but you could not get a better game to start this round or this Sunday game with the returning rematch of the grand finalists.
And NBL champion Kangaroos women's head coach Damon, this is going to be fun.
JP, my man, excitement levels are through the roof, man. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on indeed. Bendigo ready to roll. Kelsey Griffin, such a big part of anything that Bendigo Spirit does, and she caught up with our courtside reporter Megan Hustwaite a few moments ago.
Well, Kelsey, welcome to your 14th WNBL season, 5th championship last season as the Spirit won it all. A few changes to the team in the off-season. What will Bendigo be like in WNBL 26?
Yeah, I think hopefully we're on a journey like all teams are. I think we have two returning starters we do have two returning starters from last season, but really excited about the recruiting and the want for players to come to Bendigo. They believe it's a place that can be a great springboard for their career, and you know, big signings like and Paulie and Kelsey. I'm really excited about this group that we have and the potential of growth we have throughout the season.
So Isabel Borlase, an Olympian at just 20 years old, a big in for you guys. What impressed you most in pre-season about Izzy?
I think her want to learn. I think everyone's want to learn and get better has been phenomenal, and it makes me excited. You know, the impact I can have at this point in their career to hopefully help them to have long, really enjoyable, successful careers is what's exciting me about this season.
Thank you and good luck today.
Thanks, Megan.
Laurie, if Kelsey Griffin's excited about Izzy Borlase, I think we should all be.
I tell you what a recruit in the off-season. And Borlase went there, and Griffin mentioned it, for the fact that she wanted to learn. She wanted to get WNBA ready. And the likes of learning under, you know, Tolo, Griffin herself. And isn't it exciting to see Griffin at one end of her career compared to Borlase just starting off?
Of course, the Fire, they needed more firepower out of last season. They signed Mila Sowa early in the off-season, and she caught up with Megan.
Well, Mila, 9 years ago you made your WNBL debut for Townsville. Now you return. What was it that attracted you back to the Fire?
Yeah, crazy to do a full circle. I think the thing that attracted me was just the team. They seemed like a solid group of girls, and then also Shannon. He's known for his development. I've seen him bring players and make the full potential out of their game. So yeah, that's why I came here.
You're one of a few big pieces to this puzzle to a team that made the grand final last season. What kind of style of play can we expect from the Fire?
Yeah, I think pretty similar to last year, and I think like a little extra speed and transition. So yeah, should be exciting.
We look forward to seeing you in action. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks. Can't wait. Woo!
Damon, Mila Sowa, Alex Fowler, both going to be big parts of what Townsville do this season.
Alex Fowler coming off Asia Cup Gold MVP performance. She's playing with a lot of confidence right now. It's like she was built in the lab, JP, for playing basketball. And obviously Mila Sowa, she's an international flamethrower.
Absolutely, of course. A couple of moments ago, the Bendigo Spirit raised their championship banner from last season. Their third in history, and so lots to celebrate in Bendigo this afternoon. Let's check in courtside with the final member of our team, Megan Hustwaite. Hello, Megan.
Good afternoon, guys. Great to be with you. Well, reigning Robin Marr Defensive Player of the Year, Lauren Cox, will come off the bench for Townsville this afternoon. She took the off-season off to rest her knees, but rolled her ankle badly in August back home in the States. And she was in doubt for the start of this WNBL season, but like a quality thoroughbred, she's come good in spring in the last few weeks and will pack a punch alongside WNBA import Lucy Olsen off the bench for the Fire this afternoon.
Thanks, Megan. Look forward to hearing more from you throughout the course of the afternoon. It is an interesting looking starting lineup for the Townsville Fire, Laurie and Damon. I mean, it's not the biggest lineup they could have thrown out there, Laurie.
No, it certainly isn't. Bendigo will have the height advantage, but we can see Ellis is going to start off at that point, and she is going to try and run the show, set the tempo of this game, and set players up like Soa.
And a couple of the key new players for each team getting a run out there. So Mila Soa for the Townsville Fire in their starting group. Izzy Borlace, the South Australian, for the Bendigo Spirit, and Meg McConnell, who is their import guard, and she is an excitement machine, Damon. She is going to be fun to watch.
Cannot wait to see Megan play. Obviously comes from a basketball family, the younger sister of TJ McConnell, who plays the NBA for the Indiana Pacers. Cannot wait to see this backcourt matchup.
So the two teams that went the distance last season, striving to start anew in this WNBL campaign. And it's Mariana Tolo and the Bendigo Spirit who control the tip. Bendigo have won the past 6 matchups between these two teams. They were 5-0 in 24-25 here on their home floor as they raise their championship banner this afternoon. Straight into Tolo they go, trying to take advantage of the size matchup they've got there. Griffin for 3. Tolo rips down the offensive rebound. It's a start that Kennedy Kiriyama would be very pleased with. Borlace driving to the hoop. Can't finish. Now we get our first look at the Fire on the offensive end. And straight in goes Mila Soa.
Well, both teams are really trying to take it inside early. Dribble penetration, pass penetration.
McConnell with a tough finish to get her first WNBL points.
Welcome to the WNBL. She's going to be a problem, JP. She was a scorer in college. She knows how to get into the key. And she's going to keep Townsville Fire defense honest.
Kennedy Kiriyama described her as incredibly dynamic in terms of what she brings to this team. Froling spinning through, tough finish with the left hand. And Alicia Froling will go to the line to add the bonus.
That is going to be a great matchup all night, whether it's Cox, whether it's Froling right now against Tolo. They're going to be going head-to-head. The big girls under the basket.
Alicia Froling's got so much skill. Of course, part of one of basketball's preeminent families in this country. And they get an offensive rebound off the missed free throw. And then the turnover. Borlace comes up with it. McConnell for 3. Fowler pulls down the rebound. She would take so much confidence into this season, Damon, given what she did with the Opals at the Asia Cup, being MVP of that tournament.
No one saw that coming, probably but Alex herself. But the way she plays, she's a glue-type player, a real connector, does all the little things well. And you're going to get elite defense from her.
Here's Courtney Woods, all WNBL first team last season, drops it into Froling again. So she's the focal point of the offense early, is the co-captain, Alicia Froling.
Well, I would expect that Townsville, given that they kept the large majority of their team, they're going to look a little bit like a more well-oiled machine than say, Bendigo. But right there, you can see the connection between the two of them.
They have been the hype team in the off-season. Most people you talk to are pretty high on what the Fire have put together, Laurie. Are you in that same boat?
Well, I am. When you keep the same group and then you add in a couple of more quality players like Soa and Olsen, you can't help but think that they're going to really be up there and fighting for the finals.
Great to have WNBL Championship winning Coach of the Year, Laurie Chiswick, alongside NBL champion and Kangaroos 3x3 head coach Damon Lowry. First of 2 games this afternoon, Adelaide and Perth to close out round 1. Some early minutes for Wairung. She goes slashing to the hoop. Townsville with the early advantage. Woods forcing her way inside. He's fouled by Borlase.
You can see what Townsville Fire are doing. With the 3 guards on the floor, they can all work a ball screen. Shannon Seabaum is known for his point guard development and play. And here's Courtney Woods just getting into the key, just creating some havoc early, getting herself to the strike.
5-time Coach of the Year, Shannon Seabaum, Damon. What have you liked about what he's been able to do over time?
Shannon's brought some poise to the sidelines. Townsville, I believe, he was the first coach to go full-time, if I'm not mistaken. And he's up there, he's coaching in the Queensland State League up there at NBL1 North, getting a lot of coaching reps in. The guy's a hoop junkie, and he's in a perfect spot.
And he's also a part of the Opals coaching staff too, so that's gonna, you know, certainly help his coaching along the way as well.
Well, I'm sitting behind injury replacement for Townsville, Chantel Horvat, and she's got venom across the back of her jersey. Not for Geelong, but it's a heat and massage slip she's got on her back, and she'll be subbing in shortly for her first minutes for her new team.
I like what she's done in the off-season as well, Megan. Thank you. Pass into traffic, deflected away. Griffin had a hand in there. Borlase out and running for Bendigo. Can she get her first bucket for her new team? She's denied by Froling. Terrific defensive play.
Oh, good kick out.
Getting it done at both ends. Soa for 3s offline. And another offensive board for Townsville.
Laurie, I'm loving the pace. Both teams are getting stops, getting out and running. This is the kind of style of play we like to see.
Wow.
Little turnaround is very nice from Abby Ellis, and it's a 5-point lead early to the Fire. Borlase sizes things up, slashes to the cup. That's Izzy Borlase at her best.
That was a little too easy for Izzy Borlase. The seas parted and she went all the way.
He's set for a really big season. Put up some good numbers in their 6 pre-season games for the Bendigo Spirit. So they hit the road in the off-season, out to Kalgoorlie, down to Warrnambool, across to Shepparton, as well as up to Townsville for the pre-season tournament, which the Townsville Fire won, of course. Some good defence from Borlase on that possession. Really trying to make themselves at home throughout regional Victoria, this Bendigo team. 4 minutes played opening term, Townsville by 3. McConnell sizing things up and floating one home.
Float game from McConnell, nice. Good use of the ball screen. Mariana Tolo came up and hooked her up. And Megan's in the key, brings up her 4th point.
It's always great to see the imports in the early stages of the competition to see what they can bring, but talk about what she can bring, a 3-pointer from Abby Ellis.
She was the breakout player of the year last year, Abby Ellis. Can you break out on a breakout?
Double breakout?
Where do you go from a breakout?
I'll tell you what, Abby Ellis, Boleyn Boomers Jr., coached against her in under 16. She was giving us grief back then, and she's still giving people grief now.
Had a great off-season for the Diamond Valley Eagles in the NBL1. Of course, played with the Opals during the off-season as well, as Mariana Tolo goes crashing in. WNBL season officially underway. You can see world-class athletes, fierce rivalries, and truly epic basketball. Get all your WNBL news, info, and tickets at WNBL.com.au or scan the QR code on screen right now. 2 games yesterday. Canberra beating Southside, Sydney beating Geelong. Big crowd there at John Cain Arena to start the season. Real buzz around basketball in this country at the moment. Courtney Woods coming off the screen, curling her way to the cup. McConnell and Froling fight for it. There'll be a jump ball possession arrow. We'll keep it with Townsville.
Teams are going to have their hands full because you're going to get a heavy dose, a heavy diet, Joe, of pick and roll basketball with these elite guards.
Nearly halfway gone in this opening term. Woods that'll pass inside, taken away. Fowler couldn't finish. Borlase up the other end, ties it at 10.
That's exactly what both teams are trying to do. Rebound and run, get out, get the tempo of this game going.
Both just feeling their way in the early part of the season. Lucy Olsen about to get set to check into the game. That one rolls off the rim for Woods. First team all WNBL last season, Courtney Woods. What a last couple of years of her career she's had. NBL1 North MVP, Finals MVP as well, and just continues to do good things. Here's Warung from the corner. This 6th player last season Abby Wairung. Soa spinning on Samuels and connecting.
Damon,
Nice.
does that look a little
Oh.
3x3 to you?
You know I love it.
You love it.
Mila in transition. She's known for a three-point shooting, but that's not the only way she can get buckets.
Here's Casey Samuels with a triple. Nestles that one in and gives Bendigo the lead. So we're back and forth early here at Red Energy Arena. High tempo, high quality start for both of these teams. Fowler sets a bruising screen and Alice the beneficiary.
There's that high pick and roll again.
How would you guard it, Lori? Would you trap it hard, show, go? I mean,
Well, I think you've got to try some different things. Set first what you're going to do, but they're trying to get over right now, so that help has to be there.
First turnover from the Spirit off the pass of Abby Wairung. Woods surveying. Alice with a bomb.
oh my goodness. Oh, they tried to ice the ball screen that time,
Yeah.
but that was great vision to find Abby Ellis on the wing over there.
4 of 4 to start for Abby Ellis, leads all scorers with 10. McConnell goes herself, pulls down the offensive rebound, and that is normally easy money for Mariana Tolo. Woods in the corner.
Cut it out.
Wow, okay.
And this is Townsville really starting to hit their straps early, out to a 7-point advantage.
And they have so many options out there.
Spacing the floor nicely, McConnell with the reverse. He's fouled by Soa.
Mila's like, what did I foul her with? You got her with the waistband.
It's interesting in Townsville because they're not, Shannon's known as a coach that really is excellent in the half-court game, where he's really precise, and you wouldn't normally call them a real running team, but I tell you what, they've changed that into so far in this afternoon's game.
3 ball on the Amy replay for Casey Samuels. And Megan McConnell at the line. Standout at Duquesne University. As you mentioned, Damon, brother TJ at the Indiana Pacers played with in the NBA Finals last year. And Megan had a stint with Phoenix in the WNBA. Unfortunately sustained a knee injury that meant she only played the 1 game. But of course, Sammy Whitcomb, part of that Phoenix team, who isn't part of this Bendigo team, and played a role in getting her to come down under and step up with the Spirit.
Dime.
Horvat.
Oh, travels first.
Took a couple of extra steps, as Megan said earlier. She was getting set to come into the game.
Yeah, Megan McConnell, Defensive Player of the Year in college, the Duquesne Dukes. So do not expect any easy buckets on her.
Liv Pollard in for her first WNBL minutes for Bendigo, as McConnell speeds to the cup again.
Everybody's going to have to adjust, Lori, to how the game is being officiated early in the season. Sometimes the referees come out a little bit aggressive.
Well, you absolutely have to, and especially, you know, sometimes when the imports come to the league, they're not used to the style of refereeing, the physicality of the competition, so everybody has to take note early.
Always an adjustment period for imports in this competition. Now we get a look at Lucy Olsen, who spent the off-season with the Washington Mystics. She was taken in the 2nd round there, of course, played alongside Jade Melbourne. Looking inside for Cox, and taken away by Bendigo. 4 turnovers in the early going for Townsville. Samuels shakes the defender out of her shoes and hits it.
Oh
from
no, woman down. Woman down, JP.
Shoot the ball, she's down.
Casey Samuels had a terrific season, shot 34% last season from outside. Really transformed her game across the course of her career. Now an important member of this Bendigo team.
Casey Samuels is impressive because she has just hung with the Spirit. She, you know, was a bench player for a while, you know, came in. Kelsey Griffin was injured, then she stepped up to the starting line, went back to the bench. She is a real team player, Casey Samuels.
She sure is, Laurie. She sure is, Laurie. And her off-season included resting her body, but also she's been on the tools. She's started up a concreting business here in Bendigo with her partner, so she's been in the fluoro while also being in the gym ready for WNBL26.
She really found her feet in Bendigo. Partner Tim Wicks is sitting baseline at the moment as well.
long as she don't find her feet in any concrete, she'll be fine.
Outside shot for Fowler. Sort of goes against the job description. Swatted by Pollard. They were really pleased to get their hands on Olivia Pollard. It is a much younger Bendigo team than we've seen. Of course, no Callie Wilson, no Sammy Whitcomb. And Townsville, the youngest team in the league. Only got one player who's 30 plus.
Doesn't even look right not having Kelly Wilson out there on the team. It just something doesn't seem quite right. But as we know, she is with child.
She has been a fixture over so many years, and her and Michael adding another to their family. So a sibling for young Teddy, as Kelsey Griffin puts her back to the basket, gets fouled, and always gets a cheer in this venue. She has done some remarkable things for this city, has KG. Her 10th season, 14th in total in the league. A 5-time champion, and that resume just continues to grow, Laurie Chiswick.
Well, I mean, you could just have pages and pages of what her resume does, but you say that she's starting her 14th season. She has captained 11 of those teams, 11 of those seasons. Just in her first 3 seasons, she wasn't a captain, and since then, she's captained every single one of them. That's impressive.
She was never meant to play for Bendigo. She was signed in as injury replacement for Kathleen Shear all those years ago. Played college at Nebraska with Chelsea Aubrey, and what a pickup she was for Bernie Harrower then, and for the Spirit for all those years since. Another who's found a lot in life off the court, as Cox has that one tapped away by Griffin. It'll stay with Townsville, who lead at 20-19.
Well, the other thing about Griffin is she actually just finished her MBA on Wednesday, Master's in Teaching Biology and Psychology. So is that a sign she's getting ready for life after basketball?
Cox on the block. She's always had a lot going on in life outside basketball, has KG.
From the great state of Alaska, too, we just might add.
Eagle River.
Paul Reese's daughter checks in, JP.
Yep, good
Kelsey
story.
Reese.
Good story, this, Kelsey Reese. Mum Nicole played in the WNBL. Paul Reese played, of course, in the NBL, a 4-time champion. Kelsey, her first year in the pro setup in Australia after playing at Oregon State.
Go Beavs.
Simpson almost lost it in the backcourt. Got it up to Samuels, and they will turn it over into the backcourt here, Bendigo. So good pressure from the Fire.
I think it's in the contract, too, in the Reese family. They all have to wear number 53 in honor of their dad.
So waning seconds of this opening term. Joel Peterson, Laura Chiswick, Damon Lowry and Megan Huswaite with you. Sunday Hoops in the WNBL. First of 2 games today, Adelaide and Perth from 6:30 Eastern Daylight Time. 6 o'clock if you're in the great state of South Australia, 3:30 if you're out west.
Well, we should just see one last shot from Townsville here before the quarter ends. Keep control of it.
It's been an up and back affair, and Bendigo's defense putting plenty of pressure on. Cox likes the matchup on Reese. Horvat to the hoop, strong move.
Good drive, good finish. Always been a good athlete, Chantel.
Bendigo will get the last look at it here in this opening term. Reese and Simpson, now Samuels, time winding down. They won't get the shot off. Fowler takes it away. Launches a bomb, it was too strong. And Townsville lead by 4. A great start to the season for the Fire. They lead the Spirit 23-19.
We've got to talk pick and rolls better. Don't ice until we hear it, because she's just looking to go, right? So stay between her and the basket, right, until you hear the call. If that means sometimes she's going off the screen instead of going away from it, then so be it, okay? The other thing is, when Tolo's trailing and they're playing like a drag screen, if you're guarding Tolo, sit your ass right there. So now there's nowhere for them to go. They just have to pass it back out. So what do right? Right? Let's bring that up. Right? Keep pushing the ball. When you're wrong, you cannot play it up. This will pay off by the end of the game. Right. Hey, let's go looped up. Looped up. Let's go.
Ice, give me that ice, give me that cool girl, isn't that nice? You
Points at quarter time, 23-19, as the two grand finalists from last season start their WNBL campaigns. Joel Peterson alongside championship winning coach Laurie Chiswick, NBL champion 3x3 women coach Damon Lowry. Megan Hustwaite is courtside. It's been a fast start here in Bendigo, and a lot to like about how both of these teams have gone about it. Abby Ellis leads us in scoring with 10. Casey Samuels has 6 for the Spirit. What have you made of the opening term, Damon?
Yeah, Townsville's done a good job. When you go on the road for the first game of the season, especially on a, they're raising a championship banner, you want to be able to take this crowd out of the game. So you want to get off to a good start on the defensive end, which I believe they have. So got a nice little 4-point lead. So far, so good.
Any particular worries for either coach at the moment, Laurie?
Well, we did talk about the pick and roll and how you're going to defend it, and they need to give them specific instructions to make sure there's no breakdown whatsoever, because it really feels like it's guard oriented right now.
Sounded like Shannon Seaborn really lent into that. Speaking of guard oriented, Courtney Woods gets the cup and lays in 2 more. Townsville out by 6. Led by as many as 7 in that opening term. Bendigo led for the opening 38 seconds. Travis Stewart and Taylor Flint out referees this afternoon. Here's that basket from Woods.
That's a matchup that Courtney feels that she can take advantage of.
Kelsey Reese, Micah Simpson, time winding down, floating at home. A little bit strong, keeps the offensive rebound for Bendigo. Tolo, long 2 for Mariana Tolo, no good. Megan, you're listening to Bendigo at quarter time.
I sure was, and I like where we're at. That was the direct quote from the skipper, Kelsey Griffin, but Kennedy Careyama wants to see some quicker ball movement in this second quarter. Was happy with the looks they got on the rim in the first 5 minutes, but wants to see them continue to test the rim and get some good post looks.
Kennedy Careyama will want to be really focusing on that pick and roll defense. We just saw Abby Ellis turn the corner and drop a beautiful dime for another deuce. They got some issues right now defending that action.
Alex Fowler's first points of the ball game. Woods has got 6, Alice 10 for the Fire. Bendigo almost turned it over in the backcourt. Wera off to Tolo. Samuels with 2 threes already. That one was well strong. And Cox, the defensive player of the year last season, pulls down the rebound.
Laurie, what do you think about bringing your defensive player of the year off the bench? Does he want Lauren Cox to win the 6th Woman of the Year?
Yeah. Well, I don't know whether she didn't play in the preseason or limited, so perhaps she's carrying a little bit of an injury, a little bit of a niggle, and they wanted to, you know how the start of a game, the pace is fairly frenetic. Maybe they're just waiting to settle her down.
As Megan told us, she did deal with some stuff as she went home in the off-season. So early in this second term, there's Tess Madgen, Opal's legend, recently appointed coach of the Bendigo Braves women as well. It's Townsville 27 to Bendigo 19.
What a coup. Tess Madgen?
Yep.
I mean,
living up in Bendigo these days.
Does she even have to interview for that job? you just walk in and go, yes. When do you want to start?
Played for both of these teams in the WNBL as well. Played for Bendigo early in her career for Bernie Harrower, and then for Townsville in the later part of her career, as we see both teams talking it over at the moment. Shannon Seabohm and Kennedy Kiriyama, two of the most well-credentialed coaches in the competition. And their teams both hoping to start their campaign with a win. Townsville have got their first 5 games on the road. Bendigo's first 4 all at home. So,
well, interestingly, yesterday's game, both traveling teams won. So does that mean that it favors Townsville today?
Townsville by 8 early in this second term. Great to have you with us. Sunday Hoops in the WNBL. Joel Peterson, Laurie Chiswick, Damon Lowry and Megan Hustwaite with you. First of 2 games this afternoon, Adelaide and Perth. Later on this evening in this first round of the new season as Tolo gets a good seal inside and she's made a living off that.
Let the record show that I'm a fan of when they go inside to the post players. Laura, they set a nice little cross screen action to get Mariana Tolo in her spot as we see Fowler get another little layup. But you got to reward the bigs. Absolutely,
and you look at Tolo, she did her work early. She got her good position, she got her footwork, she demanded the ball. There you go.
They go to her again here off the pass from Wairung. Fowler pulls down the rebound. Olsen's off and running. Oh, snakes her way inside. Oh. Beautiful handle.
Oh, she cagey. That left hand had a couple of inside outs. Transition layups. Shannon Seabohm is wrapped with his backcourt.
Ball ace. Now Wairung. McConnell outside, time winding down, scoots inside and ran into a brick wall. Abby Ellis playing some terrific defense, drops it off to Fowler, float game, no. Recycles it for Townsville, out to Woods, 3-ball. Rattles around and out.
Alex Fowler might get 20 rebounds this game, already up to 7. Both in, make that 8, almost 8. She's everywhere. Like, sometimes you say to players, I want you to crash the glass, and sometimes they'll do it if they're in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Whereas Alex Fowler puts herself in the vicinity all the time, on both ends. I love it.
Shannon Seabohm said she's worked so hard on her body in the off-season, of course, continuing to refine her skills, but to get herself in really good shape for this season, Alex Fowler, and could be primed for a real breakout campaign. McConnell surveying, Tolo underneath and 1.
That's what they need to do, as you said, Damon. Look inside. You got the bigs, you got the advantage. Tolo's taller than Froling. Tolo's got to work hard in there, make that position. It was just a nice dive to the basket.
And you can see here on the Amy replay, Townsville, they tried to ice the ball screen.
Yeah.
But Megan McConnell just kept going to the baseline. Tolo rolls to the basket. Great pass. Deuce.
One of the best bigs in world basketball for so long, Mariana Tolo, 3-time Olympian, multiple-time champion, 5 WNBL titles, was a Defensive Player of the Year finalist last season. She has done great things in this competition for so long and continues to do so. Townsville by 8, more than 4 minutes played in this second term. Alice is offline for the 3, and Wairung pulls down the rebound from a little town called Kawinji Bora, Damon.
Who?
Over near Dalesford and Ballarat is Abby Wairung. Izzy Ball-Lace is offline, chases it to the corner, kept it alive only to Woods, who flings the touchdown pass downfield and
out of bounds.
Froling can't hang on to it. Kawinji Bora.
I knew she was from that Ballarat area because she obviously played for the Lady Miners, but I did not know that particular town. Well done by you.
Tiny little town off the farm. Plenty of horses on the property.
You know, we're looking at the scoring output of Bendigo, 23 points right now, and we have to just keep reminding ourselves that they are without Sammy Whitcomb, 21 points per game, Burton, 15 points per game from last year. So it's going to take them a little bit of time to adjust to life after those players and who's going to score, who's going to create, who's going to get the ball to the bigs.
It's a great point, Laurie. They're 2 leading scorers from last season and they're 2 leading assist players from last season. Of course, and who both went on to do great things in the off-season. Sammy going to the WNBA finals with the Phoenix Mercury. Veronica Burton winning the most improved player in the WNBA. It's great to see them doing good things. And they did plenty of them last season for Bendigo. As Shoa splashes in the triple from outside.
I knew it was only a matter of time. She's a flamethrower, JP Miller, so...
She continues to get better and better in her game. She whips the pass up the court here. Fowler was out and running, just couldn't convert. What do you like about Soa's game particularly, Damon?
She scores no matter where you put her. You can have a league on the moon, she'll find a way to get buckets. Don't let the Barbie looks fool you. She is a Barbie. She's the international Barbie. That's what I call it in the 3x3 world. And that's a good extra pass to Abby. Cash!
Abby Ellis knocks it down. And things getting out of hand now for Bendigo and Kennedy Kiriyama, so he calls for time. 4:32 remaining here in this second term. Townsville out to a game-high 37-point lead.
Wow.
And they spoke in the off-season, having lost both games to Bendigo in that grand final series, that they needed more firepower. Gee, aren't they showing it already here in this second term? So a timeout with 4:32 remaining and Townsville up by 14. Here's your shot to win an official WNBL game ball signed by the WNBL team of your choice. You can scan the QR code on screen and get a game ball signed by your team. Damon, if you win the game ball, which team are you picking?
Woof. I might pick the Perth Lynx.
Perth Lynx.
My sneaky tip too, Joe.
To win it all?
To win it all. Allie Wilson comes back healthy. Yao Ming, sorry, Hanju is coming into play later on in the season. Brianna Turner's there for like 5 to 6 rounds, I believe. I don't even, look, they got some depth, man. I just feel like it's gonna go through them. They're my tip, especially now that Sammy Wickham is out and Veronica Burton. Not to say that Bendigo can't repeat, but Perth is my tip. Lori, who you like this early stage?
Well, I must say I was really impressed with Canberra when I saw them play yesterday. I thought they had depth. I thought they had good movement, a real mixture of how they could score, good defense. Paul Gorse is a great coach, so that's just one game, though. I don't know.
So 37-23. Megan, what did you hear at the fire huddle?
Well, Lucy Olsen's gone to Isabel Borlase now. Coach Shannon Seaborn, 5-time Coach of the Year, had prepared for a few different roles that Borlase may play today, coming into a different structure and with more experienced teammates around her here at Bendigo in comparison to the last 3 years in Adelaide. So we've seen Courtney Wood spend some time on her, but it's now the import from the Washington Mystics on Borlase.
So a tough assignment for Izzy Borlase. Just had a down season last year, only shot the 3 ball at 22%, well below her best and what we know she's capable of. Here's Griffin on the outside, single numbers on the shot clock, back to the basket, spinning inside. That is trademark Kelsey Griffin.
KG, the KG vet just knows how to score anywhere on the floor. I didn't mean that to rhyme.
I thought you were just calling her KG to start with. Alice, little pocket pass, and Froling is fouled, who started the game so well for Townsville. Will now go back to the free throw line, where the Fire are 4 of 7 so far in the ball game.
Can I pose something to you as we watch KG's footwork? That's just class. Lori, styles make fights, I like to say that. Townsville got the 3 guards out there on the floor that's creating havoc with their ball screens. Bendigo got the 2 bigs out there on the floor. Would you consider maybe going to a zone instead of putting them in all those on-ball actions?
Well, you could, but the thing that I think about you know, Townsville is they've just got such great outside shooting, and they're moving the ball really well. They've had some great skip passes. They have good court vision. So you would have to make sure that you are getting a hand up on that 3-point line if you did go to a zone.
Borlase inside, Damon. That sounded to me like a very, very nicely phrased no.
Say what you're really
you are more kind to him than I am, Laurie.
Having said that, though, you do have to try different things. You can't just go, it's going to start working. It's going to, whether it's different matchups, whether you ice it, which means sending them away from the screen, whether it's doubling straight away, being aggressive. But you have to try something different if that's what's hurting you, which is right now.
This is Izzy Borlase at the line, of course, part of that Opals team that won gold at the Asia Cup. WNBA draftee a couple of years ago, number 20 to the Atlanta Dream. Hasn't made that jump yet, and just biding her time, and has spoken about the fact that she wants to do it when she feels like she's really ready to go.
The WNBA world is extremely cutthroat. We've seen a lot of girls go over there and not have a great experience. as Mila misses a little midi. But Isabel's time is coming. And you know what? She's not here to replace Sammy Wickham, Veronica Burton.
No.
She's her own person. So she'll find her role in this team. It's just a matter of time.
Tolo for three. That one's offline. Joel Peterson, Laurie Chiswick, Damon Lowry and Megan Huswaite with you. Sunday hoops in the WNBL. Frolling, working her way underneath. Can't get it to go, and Tolo's got the elbows out on the rebound. Great to have championship winning coach Laurie Chiswick, the national 3x3 Kangaroos women's coach Damon Lowry, part of our broadcast team this season. Ball ace falling away, recycles her own shot once and twice.
Way to stay with it. Made the initial move. Got her own offensive rebound 2 times and got the result. Cuts the lead to 10.
That's a great way to endear yourself, not only to your new coaching staff, Laurie, but to the fans as well.
Well, I thought Abby Alice actually did a good job initially defensively, but that's something that Izzy Borlace does. She uses her strength, she uses her physicality against those smaller guards. And as you said, she just kept with it.
She's such a talented player. She had 18 in her pre-season debut for Bendigo, 25 against Adelaide, 17 against Sydney, and 23 against Southside. So some of her scoring numbers were really starting to tick along, and hopefully it's a season where she just builds in confidence. There you see our top 5 scorers in the game. Alice has got 13, and then the next 4 in the game, all from Bendigo. Bendigo is shooting at 2 of 8 from outside, so shooting the 3 especially well. Townsville have been really productive there. 5 of 9 from outside for the Fire, Damon.
Very efficient. Going on the road, but they got prolific shot makers. And Courtney Woods, Abby Ellis has proven that she can knock down 3 balls. Obviously, Mila Soa. So Bendigo got their hands full.
25th year for the Townsville Fire as well. What a rich history they've had over time, Laurie. Of course, for a long time, these were the 2 teams not based in a capital city, the 2 regional teams. Now, of course, we've got Geelong in the mix as well. But over that 25 years, the Townsville Fire have been star-studded.
Well, they've won 4 championships in 15, 16 back-to-back, then 18 most recently in 2023. But they've got such a great fan base. They've done a great job with connecting with the community, Townsville. They get engaged, and they've really created a dynasty up there.
They've done a great job, and having a 5-time Coach of the Year helps that. Megan, you were listening into the Bendigo huddle.
I sure was, and Bendigo are just aware that they might be able to exploit the Abby Alice matchup that's drifting onto Borlace there. His final message was to his guards to stay attached early defensively.
Michael Simpson doing that there, staying very much attached to Abby Alice.
Well, she was of 2 minds whether she should pass it or shoot it there. They were lucky they got control of it and have the out of bounds now.
Soa, corner 3 ball.
I love that, Damon.
Who's that,
I love an executed out-of-bounds play. Whoever's coming
good.
off
he
of that
texted
just
me about
really
it, so I'll be ready
set
for
to
that
shoot it.
at the back end of halftime.
100%.
And who are we going to...
Mina's got great footwork on all of her shots. She's always ready to shoot it. Good pass, and as we're talking about, Borlace going down to the body shop. Couldn't get that one to go.
Not getting many easy looks at the moment. Izzy Borlace. 13-point lead to the Fire. It's been a great first half for them. Abby Alice tees one up and hits another.
Laurie.
It's raining threes for the Fire.
They got problems, Laurie. We got to mix up something.
I'm not sure that zone's the answer, though, when they're nailing it like there. Abby Ellis, I think her stint with the Opals at the Asia Cup would have really helped her confidence and belief in what she can do. But there's Borlace
with the
answering back.
Yeah. Yeah, Abby Ellis was a late call-up to that Opal squad, but she came in and proved immediately that she belongs.
16 points, game high for Abby Ellis. Borlace has got 10 for Bendigo. Drop-off pass inside, Cox to Horvat, who is fouled.
The pace is definitely lifted. Good extra pass. I love to see the good interior passes. We watch this ball screen. Mariana Tolo's back at the drop. And watch Abby Ellis drop another tray ball. So Kennedy Kariyama comes in with Kelsey Griffin for Mariana. Maybe just a little bit more mobility to come up on those ball screens, maybe.
Chantel Horvat at the line, the Geelong product. Injury replacement player for Saffron Shields. So we hope that Saf's going okay, watching along at home. Hopefully we get to see her back in the competition this season. First one offline. And and the second one. So free cheeseburgers, Damon. Code is
Whoa.
W backboard. So
Well.
if you're in the great state of Victoria, head to your local Hungry Jack's before 6 p.m. tomorrow and tell them Chantel sent you.
Bon appetit.
I'm just trying to think where the Hungry Jack's are in Bendigo.
One in Kangaroo
there's,
Flat?
There's one on the there's one on the way out.
Yeah.
Spot on, absolutely. So
That'll be flooded with customers after
yep.
the game.
High Street will be backed up all the way back into Golden Square. Here is Kelsey Griffin at the free throw line.
Only a few possessions left in this half, Laurie. As Kelsey makes this free throw, I know that's going in. Cuts the lead to 11. What do you want to see? Maybe get this down to maybe 6 or 8. They got to get a couple of stops.
You have to get stops. They just need to be more disruptive. Right now, Townsville are able to do what they want. They're setting screens, they're passing. There's not enough disruption.
Nice cross-court
Another open
pass.
three.
Horvat can't make it work, but they will keep it alive. Chasing down the rebound, Chloe Forster, who's got plenty of speed to burn. Alice now making a move. Elbow jumper offline. Ball ace rips down the rebounds.
Oh, charge.
It's called a block. Abby Ellis can't believe it.
Neither can Damien Laurie. Let's see that one again. Thought she was there with plenty of time. Oof, bang, bang call. The hardest call in basketball. But as soon as Easy Borlée, sorry, Joe. As soon as Easy Borlée saw that she had the Lauren Cox on her in transition, she was always going to attack the basket.
So 10 points, 3 of 10 for Borlée. She's 1 of 2 at the line so far in her first game for her new club. That one rolls off the front of the rim.
20 years old?
21.
21 now.
21 in September. So she was 20 up until recently, so you were right there. 10-point lead to Townsville. Remember, they lost both grand final series games last year. Bendigo didn't have a chance to raise the trophy on their home floor. Townsville have come into Bendigo's house and are making a bit of an early season statement. Woods goes to the floor and Horvat took a couple of extra steps.
Those are back-to-back stops. Bendigo's giving themselves a chance. Can cut this lead to 8, possibly 7.
Well, Bendigo last year averaged 85 points a game, so their scoring has been a little bit off, but if they can get this one here, a three-pointer to bring it back.
McConnell goes underneath, swatted by Cox. Averaged the better part of 3 blocks a game last season. Alice from half court. And it is the Townsville Fire who are up by double figures at Red Energy Arena. They have come into Bendigo's house and are doing the business at the moment. It's not quite revenge for what happened at the end of last season, but it is a step in the right direction to start their campaign. 44-34, and they are making it look very comfortable at the moment. Let's get in the Townsville camp with Megan.
Abby Ellis, the perfect start for Townsville. What did you do that you wanted to do?
I think we wanted to play with pace. We pushed the ball up and got stuck, so we just got to keep running.
You're playing with confidence. Does that come off the back of Asia Cup? Do you feel confident?
Yeah, I would say I just feel confident with this team under Shannon. We've had a great pre-season, and yeah, I'm just ready to play. Just so excited to be on the court.
Now, you're a banana bread fiend. You eat it for breakfast, lunch and dinner, but you changed your pre-game breakfast today. Are you superstitious? You might have to stick with it. You've got 16 points to halftime.
Yeah, maybe. Some eggs on toast might just do the trick now. I don't know. Yeah.
Well done, Abby. We'll let you get in there at halftime. Townsville with a lead at halftime over the Bendigo Spirit. We'll have the analysis and highlights on the other side of this.
Look good, feel good, mix a little sugar and spice. I've been getting ready for a party under the sun. Wake up, get some before all the damage is done.
Future Bendigo Spirit players right
are underway. Well, Burton out of nowhere snatched it away.
Another steal by Burton.
Wickham jets into the open floor.
I think there might be some questions this year about the championship and what we were able to achieve last year, but with the new season, we have a new team, and so for me, starting this season and why I came back was really about being able to have a positive impact on the future of the game. Part of what I'm really excited about is some of the young players that are joining the Spirit this year and being able to be hopefully a positive influence in their careers and where they're going to be headed next.
I think the team, obviously, they were championships last year. Yeah, they had an amazing season, really strong team. And then I think for me, coming into a team with really good leaders, in Kelsey Griffin especially, and Tolo as well.
Now in to some finish. Tolo on the block. Draws the foul and count it. And one for Mariana Tolo.
It's great that we won the championship last season, but we've had a bit of turnover in players, and so we'll be a reasonably new-looking team, as are a lot of teams in the league this year. I think we can take confidence in that we've had the success previously, but we will have a target on our backs because we are the reigning champs. 50-50, whether that helps or detracts, I guess, from ability to slide under the radar. But yeah, I think everyone will come in prepared for each game. Every team is going to be tough this year, and especially at the start when we're still finding what each other looks like and how to play against each other.
It is a new look Bendigo Spirit, the defending champions. They've got a little bit of work to do at half-time, trailing the Townsville Fire by 10. Joel Peterson, Laurie Chiswick and Damon Lowry with you Sunday Hoops in the WNBL, first of two games coming your way today. Let's take a look at our Hungry Jacks highlights. And there's been plenty for the Townsville Fire, especially Laurie, from their guards.
Their guards have been lighting it up from the outside. They are shooting the three ball at 58%. So they are, and the other thing I like about them is not only the way they're shooting it, but the way they're seeing each other, Damon. So they are moving it. All their shots are really good shots. There's been nothing that's been forced. They've had good ball movement, good player movement. And as I say, Courtney Woods, Abby Ellis lighting it up from the outside.
Shannon Seabaum's offense looks like it's in mid-season form already, the way they're executing. These girls are coming off these ball screens like they can do it in their sleep. They're playing to their strengths is what I like to see as we look at the Blackmores head-to-head. Abby Ellis on 16. Izzy Borlase is rounding into some decent form, 11 points. Not shooting the ball as well as she would like, but she's being very dangerous.
And Abby Ellis highly efficient in that first half, Laurie.
Well, 4 from 6, you can't get much better than that. And I just love the confidence that she's shooting it with, as you say, coming off those screens, reading what the defense is doing, taking it if they go under, they give her any sort of space, but she has been really phenomenal in that first half.
It's a good-looking shot, thanks to the good people at Ford as well. The one from deep was at half-time trying to beat the buzzer, so you can almost scratch that. She's really 6 of 9, and she's been doing some really good things.
Just plays with such an aggression. Even on the defensive end of the floor, she's making life as difficult as possible for Megan McConnell, and she's just balling out so far.
A little bit later tonight, Adelaide and Perth, 6:30 Eastern Daylight Time, 6 o'clock if you're in South Australia, 3:30 out west. New look Lightning, and Perth, one of the big teams to beat, Laurie.
I tell you what, there's a lot of player movement in the off-season, and Perth have some exciting signings, so it's going to be fun to watch. And Adelaide, totally a new team, new coach. Exciting to come ahead to.
So that's going to be a great matchup to finish us off. We've got a great second half coming up as well. Townsville by 10, second half next.
Everybody know about it. Everybody hard on it. Climbing up the whole mountain. Anything you want.
you think you are doing amazing stuff for the Bendigo community, get around it, scan this QR code and make your vote count, and they'll be recognised later this year. Right now though, I'm going to need some energy in Red Energy. We really need to be the sixth person for our Bendigo Spirit. We've got some mini basketballs, so I want to see some good cheering around the grounds here. Yeah, make some noise. We've got mini basketballs to give away. I need to be able to hear you. Oh, that's good. Yeah, good music coming up and down. I like that. Very good. I like that. That guy's eating too many hot chips. Yeah, that's right. Can you make it a little bit more across the map? Very good. Very good.
Half time in Bendigo. It is the Townsville Fire who are getting it done by 10 points at the moment. Plenty of Spirit fans in the house. None bigger than the Premier, Jacinda Allen, who's with Megan.
She sure is the #1 ticket holder of the Bendigo Spirit. Great to see you here today, Premier Jacinta Allen. What a wonderful day to unfurl the latest championship banner.
It's amazing. It's great to see our reigning champions back on court, of course playing their last season's grand final opposition. It's a cracking game in what is a cracking facility, and it's great to see the WNBL return for another season.
Great to see you here as always. You're a big basketball fan, come from a basketball family, but we've finally got one over your SA counterpart Peter Malinauskas in the recruitment of Isabel Borlace from South Australia to Victoria, so you'll be happy with that.
She's a great pickup, obviously another Olympian on the courts here at Bendigo, and she's already, as we can see from the game here, she's made a big impact on the game, and we're thrilled to have her here in Bendigo, in Victoria.
Enjoy the game. Thanks, Premier.
Thank you.
Jacinda Allen with Megan Hustwaite. Start this second half, Alicia Froling with a bucket to take her to 7 points. And sometimes with politicians, it can be a little bit of show. Their passion for a certain sporting team, Damon. With the Premier of Victoria, it is absolutely not. She is a nut for the Bendigo Spirit.
Look like she's all in, which is great to see. As Abby Wareham comes up short on her tray ball.
McConnell outside. Townsville led by as many as 16 late in that second term. They now lead by 12. Here is Bendigo's import guard, swinging it to Griffin in the corner. No good. Another rebound for Townsville. They're up by 7 in the rebound count at half-time.
Laurie, I know the drop defense is a popular defense with bigs, but Alicia Froling, she's so mobile. I'm noticing her on her ball screen. She's not playing a deep drop. She's playing like a mini drop. So she can kind of cover both.
Well, because she's got good, versatility and lateral movement, she can. She doesn't have to play so deep.
Here's Soa, catch and release. Won't go. Last touched by the Bendigo Spirit, so it'll stay with Townsville. Both starting lineups back out there. Wareham, McConnell, Griffin, Tolo, and Borlace for Bendigo. Woods, Soa, Alice, Fowler, Froling for Townsville. Woods with the midi, a little bit strong. Borlace pushing the pace.
Good pass.
Inside for Griffin, working on Fowler and finishing.
Way to run the floor, Kelsey Griffin. Good kick ahead.
So if you're Kennedy Kerry-Armour, what do you want to see more of in this second half, Damon?
They got to defend the three-point line. Like Laurie said, Townsville hit 7 triples. At this pace, obviously you're not going to shoot that well, you wouldn't think, but they get some really good looks. So Kennedy Kerry-Armour will be telling his team to make sure we close out on those 3 balls and try to keep some penetration to a minimum.
And they were the best defensive team last year, averaging, just letting their opposition average only 72.5 points per game. So that's something that he focuses on. So he will really want that to tighten up in this second half.
Their opponents last season only shot 29% from 3, the best rate in the league, Bendigo. Part of that is luck, part of that is good management. Townsville having their way As Soa gets inside, can't finish with the left hand.
A couple of good stops to start this quarter.
Griffin pulls down her second rebound of the game. Tolo's got 7 in that category, and Borlase is swooping to the hoop.
In transition, you'll take that.
Don't you like the speed that she did that at Damo? She just was reading her defense. What are they going to give me? Do I need to go quick? Do I need to be physical? She just played that beautifully.
You're not used to seeing this level of poise in someone so young.
That's right.
Some more good defense from Bendigo to break it up here and take another look at Borlase with the composure to make it work inside. Baseline ball for Townsville. Soa curling off a screen to the corner. Alice and McConnell almost got tangled up. Alice, free throw line jump shot is good. Abby Alice is having a game, up to 18 points.
Is she ever? We need to start checking the career high. Hasn't been in the league all that long, but taking advantage of where Mariana Tolo's positioned on these ball screens. And here comes another one.
Right off the top, she was the breakout player in the competition last year, Abby Alice.
That's just nice. That is great chemistry, great timing.
And that is an aspect of Mila Soa's game that is improving, the playmaking side of it. We all know that she's a bucket, but the way that she can come off pick and rolls and now start to distort the defense and start dropping some dimes, this adds another weapon to her package.
2 assist average last year, already got 2 in the game. As Borlase again stepping through, she is tough.
Oof. Some young guns showing their stuff out there today.
We love it as much as there's experienced players on both teams. The young guards for both. Borlase, that wing position, really making her presence felt here in front of her new home fans. Soa slashing, denied by Tolo.
Mila said, my bad, I forgot Mariana Tolo was a shot blocker. She was having none of this nonsense. Good crossover move, and Mariana is 6'5", 4. Where's she going? 6'5"?
196, so just under 6'6". She has been doing that for a long, long time in this competition. Borlase, long 2. And it'll go out off Tolo.
Now both teams are, Damon, allowing that mid-range jump shot with the defense that they're playing.
And I'm from that school, Lori, that I don't have no problem with it. I don't think it's a bad shot.
I like it mid-range.
Offensive foul. Going against Alex Fowler. See another look at it here, the illegal screen.
Sometimes that's the guard's fault as well as the screener.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said earlier, you're gonna have to see how the referees are calling the game and adjust accordingly.
You're a point guard, Damon. Were you ever at fault in that situation?
It was always the big man's fault.
That's what I thought I'd get in terms of an answer. As a coach, who had more to blame, Laurie? Was the guard or the big? Usually as Tolo gets 2 there.
Well, I have to be a bit neutral on that and just assess the situation.
Laurie's a little bit like Switzerland, Damon.
Bendigo's up the defensive intensity, causing turnovers.
Absolutely, they have. Samuels takes a hit from Fowler. Samuels, who's played for Townsville as well as the AIS, Canberra and Sydney in her career. And we will have a timeout. 5:21 remaining in this third period. Townsville 50 to Bendigo 42. So an 8-point lead to the Fire, and they have done a good job thus far, up by 8. Shannon Seaborn would be pleased with what his team has done, but out of half-time, Damon, I reckon Keteriyama would be reasonably happy with, as you mentioned, that defensive lift that Bendigo have shown.
Outside of that one bucket they gave up early to Abby Ellis, they have definitely increased the defensive pressure, causing some turnovers, creating, like you were saying earlier, Laurie, just being disruptive. That can now fuel their transition. As we see, as Isabella Borlase get out in transition, starts to get some more easier buckets. That helps everything.
Well, you know that Townsville, you know that they're good in the half-court offense, so they want to move the ball. They want to look at their different players. So if you can get in the passing lanes, if you can bump cutters, just take them out of their rhythm, which I think they've done that right now, and they have to continue to do that.
Townsville by 8, 50-42. Joel Peterson, Damon Lowry, and Laurie Chiswick with you in commentary. Megan Hustwaite is courtside. Abby Ellis leads all scorers with 18. Ball Ace has 15. It's really those two going head-to-head in the scoring department at the moment. Alex Fowler's got 9 rebounds. Mariana Tola's got 8 and 8 for their respective teams. Bendigo going with Ball Ace, Pollard, McConnell, Samuels and Tolo out there at the moment. Liv Pollard from outside was a knockdown shooter in college. Her first pro season in the WNBL. Olsen and Cox, the two imports for Townsville. Rebound pulled down by Samuels.
Still getting good shots off of that ball screen, just not going in right now. Good job by Casey Samuels to clean the glass.
Maybe a good sign for Townsville, Damon. They haven't really needed too much out of the two imports so far.
No, they're doing it kind of by committee, mostly by obviously their backcourt is transition bucket.
Oh, no! Soa, it is denied emphatically by Ball Ace, who said, I might have only been here 5 minutes, but not in my house.
Amy, replay.
Wow.
Mina thought it was sweet. And Isabel Borley says, I eat leather for lunch and dinner.
Casey Samuels loved that. Straight over to her to dap her up.
Wow, the timing of that was just sensational.
Chase down from Ball Ace as Cox gets tangled up in the screen.
I mean, we talking LeBron James chase down the block type stuff. Way to not give up on the play.
That was exceptional from the 21-year-old young star. Such an impact for this Bendigo team this year. Handoff between Froling and Woods, who gets to her spot and connects. Back to 10-point lead for Townsville.
Townsville are not going to rattle. They're just going to keep running their stuff. They don't shoot themselves in the foot on the offensive end.
They've been ruthlessly efficient so far in this game. McConnell wide open. That one's off the apparatus.
Izzy Borlace did a good job of kicking it out. She attracted 3 defenders when she went inside.
Isabel's got the kind of game, Laurie, that could get a triple-double.
Oh, definitely.
Just on triple-double watch for the entire season, Damon.
Just got to keep an eye on her.
Watching brief. Froling going to the hoop, can't finish there. Of course, brother Harry was in action for the Illawarra Hawks last night. Great comeback story to basketball. Saw Sarah Blitzarves make her return to the WNBL yesterday for Canberra as well, which was great to see as Tolo works her way inside and finishes for 2.
Nice. Laurie, we saw an old-school flex play. Good job getting Mariana Tolo involved.
On out of the Bernie Harrow, a Bendigo playbook from back in the day.
Well, I like seeing those things thrown in because there's so much dribble handoff, pick and rolls. It's good to see a little other different action.
Ball Ace, no. Pollard recycles it. And McConnell cans the triple, and it's back to 5 points, and she's urging them on.
They are right back into this game.
They got it to 6 in that second quarter. Townsville then skipped away again. Olsen to Soa, who answers back in the best way possible.
Good Lord.
Tell you what a great recruit for Townsville. They talked about needing somebody that could score, create, and she is doing it for them.
McConnell gets inside. She was fouled.
Can I just say about Sowa too, you know, we know that she had an amazing WNBL season last year, then the 3x3 with you, Damon, the Opals. Well, she got married in September of 2024. Do you think that's what the reason was? She was feeling pretty good about life, and because she had a sensational year last year, and it was full. She did a lot.
Yeah. Credit, shout out to Joshua, who bent the knee. Married the international Barbie. Yep, Mila's been very busy. She's got the energy and enthusiasm of like 5 people. Good to see her thriving.
She had 49 in an NBL1 game in the off-season as well, playing for the Brisbane Capitals. She can fill it up right there with the best of them. 2 go begging at the line for McConnell. 62% free throw shooter in her college career. That is a high arcing triple from Sowa. Kelsey Griffin able to reel in that rebound. 7-point lead to Townsville, who controlled the game throughout. Down to 2 minutes remaining in the third term. Beautiful two-man game between McConnell and Griffin.
Really good re-screen by Kelsey Griffin just to really make the defense have to fight to get over and clear that lane. Smart play.
And now an offensive foul, and Meg McConnell is hot.
Yep, she's changing things on the defensive end, and that's where it starts. And now she's getting subbed out, but they're taking advantage of Lauren Cox, a la what they were doing to Mariana Tolo. She's playing a deep drop, so that pick and roll game is a 2-on-1. I like the chess match. I like how both coaches are targeting certain players in certain actions.
Yeah.
2 of the preeminent coaches in the competition. Could have fantastic coaching right across the competition. Olsen's got 3 fouls, so does Fowler for Townsville. Warung dumps it inside, and Liv Pollard comes up with her first WNBL bucket to make it a 3-point game.
Nice lefty stroke on Liv. Lefty Liv.
Cox at the other end, taking it in strong, is fouled. She will find her best as the season goes along. 25 appearances last year, played just under 30 minutes a game. Defensive Player of the Year, 7 double-doubles along the way as well. Here's your chance to score bragging rights when you put your WNBL knowledge to the test. Scan the QR code on screen to play the WNBL quiz and find out whether you can beat the buzzer. Get involved, scan the QR code on screen now.
Well, Cox averaged 13 points per game last season, and so she's well down on that this game. But we know that she's probably working herself into the season, so.
Yeah, we're not going to see the best of her this early.
And you see they've controlled the game throughout, have the Townsville Fire. And just for those of you playing along at home, no, you don't get a second cheeseburger if a second player misses 2 free throws.
Or fries, that's it. You got to pay for everything else.
Simpson out there with Warung, Samuels, Griffin and Pollard. That'll go back with Townsville. Some sloppy offense from the Spirit.
Abby Ellis just diving on the floor forward to create that havoc.
I like the fact that those Samuels knocked the ball out of bounds, so at least you could reset your defense. They're not going to get it while she's on the ground and kick it ahead.
4 steals for Courtney Woods in the game, playing a critical role on defense. As we've said a couple of times, Abby Ellis with 18 points. Soa's got 10. Ball ace 15 and Tolo 10 for Bendigo. 3-point game. Time winding down third term between the grand finalists of last season. And another offensive foul against Townsville.
Now, they really was aggressive on that ball screen defense. Kelsey Griffin jumped out aggressively, probably caught him off guard. She came right up to the level of the screen.
Yeah.
And Courtney just had I guess they called a flailing elbow.
Fantastic defensive player across the course of her career, Kelsey Griffin, Defensive Player of the Year in the league, and always a real linchpin at that end of the floor. As driving inside goes Simpson. Another foul on the Fire. Micah Simpson spinning her way inside. Kennedy Kiriyama loves her ability to make decisions out of the pick and roll. She's one of the most talented pick and roll players that he's seen. The Tasmanian product out of Lonnie. Makes it a 2-point game. Can she make it a 1-point game? You bet.
A guard these days, in this era, if you can't navigate the ball screen, it's going to be hard to find a spot. And there's plenty of girls on both teams right now that can do just that.
So 11 of the last 13 points in the game for Bendigo. We are back to a 1-point margin closing in on three-quarter time. Bendigo have won the past 6 games in the matchup. Alice from way outside. And the Spirit can take the last shot of the quarter. They trailed by as many as 16 in the game. Borlace inside, no goods, kept alive. Samuels for 3. Offline to beat the buzzer of three-quarter time. And what a game we've got. We knew we were going to get something great from the grand finalists. 1 point in it at three-quarter time. Townsville 54, Bendigo 53. Final quarter is next. Stick around. time, 1 point in it. That was the highlight of the third term. Izzy Borlace with an emphatic denial. And no one loved it more than Casey Samuels and Mariana Tolo. What a way to endear yourself to your new home fans. And they went from being 10 down at halftime to only 1 in arrears at three-quarter time, the Bendigo Spirit. It is still Townsville in charge if they have been throughout. Joel Peterson alongside Laurie Chiswick and Damon Lowry with you in commentary in this Sunday of WNBL action as Griffin hands Bendigo the lead to start this final term. Let's check in with Megan Huskway.
Well, the championship coach, Kennedy Kiriyama, was delighted with the defence of his team in the third quarter, keeping Townsville to 9 points. He encouraged his players to continue to be physical with the handlers. Shannon Seabohm told his players, "We're fine, we just need to regroup, be smarter on offence and more disciplined on D."
First lead change in the game since it was 14-13 Townsville in the opening term. And that is some real discipline on defence, Megan, as Abby Alice goes diving after that loose ball again.
It all started on the defensive end. Bendigo upped the pressure, forced Townsville fire into 5 turnovers that quarter, completely killed their rhythm.
You think about the way that grand final series was played, it was defense that decided it as Fowler works her way underneath. Froling tries to fight for the rebound, but Samuels was the stronger of the two. Samuels now, the ankle breaker and the triple.
That's 2 in 1 game where the player has fallen down right in front of her and she's nailed it.
Do we have an insurance company that sponsors replays? We need to speak with Amy immediately.
Do we have an insurance company that sponsors ankles? Might be the more pressing question.
A tape sponsor?
Ooh. Griffin on the take, almost on the alley-oop. Inside, likes the matchup against Woods. Can't make it work. Bendigo by 2, having not led since the opening term. Foul near midcourt on Simpson.
Well, there is no question that Bendigo are up and in.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry, we just have to stop and watch.
She jammed her into oblivion.
Oh, Casey Samuels.
Courtney Woods with a wry smile as she picked herself up. That's all you can do in that situation. You just go, yep.
That's all you can do.
And hope they miss the shot, so it doesn't get clipped up for socials. Sorry, Courtney. Woods inside, beautiful feed, taken away from Froling.
This is a different defensive team, Bendigo Spirit, what they're showing right now. They did not start the game like this.
Samuels again from outside. Rebound, Pollard. Their energy on the boards has been terrific since half-time. Their energy in all facets, Bendigo, has been more where it needs to be. Borlase taking it inside, fading away and hitting.
And that's just her physicality and the way she's able to do that. Just a little lean in, get the defense off, come back, create that space, bang.
17 for Izzy Borlase in her first regular season outing in the blue and gold of Bendigo. Underneath, Alice, who had a terrific first half, recycles the possession. Woods outside, catch, shoot, around and out.
Nah, the shooting percentage is definitely dried up. And Bendigo's cleaning the glass. 32 rebounds. They was down at the end of that third quarter by 3, but to start, they're getting off 2-9 the glass is what they need.
Only had 10 points in that third period. Townsville didn't make a three-pointer after they had 7 in the first half. Fowler on the strong take. Samuel's got a hand in to knock it away. She checks out of the game. Tolo and McConnell come back in for she and Simpson. 4-point lead to Bendigo.
Good deflection. Kelsey Griffin just cagey. Just a wily old vet. They're playing us all on their terms right now.
60-56. The Bendigo Spirit leading the Townsville Fire. 6 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. So it is Bendigo by 4, and plenty of basketballing royalty in the house, including Tess Madgen, who's with Megan Husquay.
Well, Tess, Opal's Olympic medalist, captain, your heart must be full right now seeing 2 young guards in Abby Ellis and Isabel Borlase shining in a new era of WNBL.
100%. It's taking me back to where we won the gold medal at Asia Cup earlier this year, watching Courtney Woods as well go at it against Izzy Borlase. It's awesome, and the future Australian basketball is really in great hands.
Are you doing a bit of scouting here today at Bendigo? This is your new home. Congratulations on the NBL One job coaching the Braves. Have you got your coach's hat on?
I do a little bit, actually. It's really good to see some of the young Bendigo Spirit players. We really want to keep them here in the off-season. So, you know, watching the likes of Olivia Pollard and Georgia Booth with and Kelsey Reeves with my coach's hat on for sure.
Now, we're just sitting behind the hoop here where the flame is. Are you like me? My eyebrows nearly singed off when Casey Samuels hit that three. I think we've got to move seats.
Yeah, it's incredible. The level of talent over the first round of WNBL is awesome, and I just love here. I'm a massive fan of women's hoops here in Australia, and everyone get down to your local stadium and catch this live in action.
We better get off the court. Thanks, Tess.
Thank you.
Spot on, Tess. Thanks to Tess and thanks to Megan. Of course, Tess going to be part of our commentary team throughout the course of the season, so you can hear from the Australian Opals captain as the year progresses. Great to have some great names bring you the broadcast throughout the season, including the 2 wonderful people to my left, as Mariana Tolo goes to her left and makes it work.
Nice, I love that body work. Lauren Cox and them 2 going at it. But Tolo just had the nice poise to finish with the left hand as Abby Ellis nearly gets decapitated.
Kangaroos 3x3 coach Damon Lowry alongside WNBL Coach of the Year Laurie Chiswick. Your experts this afternoon. Another game to come a little bit later on this afternoon as well. Adelaide and Perth from 6:30 Eastern Daylight Time. And that is Mariana Tolo going to the basket. In this second half, Laurie, Bendigo have outscored Townsville 28-12.
Well, put the scoring aside, as you've said, Damon, it's their defense right now. In the first half, Townsville were able to really get any sort of shot they wanted, whether it was a wide open three, whether it was dribble penetration, pass penetration, but Bendigo have shut them down. And so Townsville need to go back to what they're good at, and that's getting ball through hands, but they've got to be prepared that Bendigo are going to be putting that pressure on them.
Now Townsville dialing up the pressure. Alice harassing McConnell at midcourt. Ball ace was worried out of it. Alice comes flying back the other way. Inside was fouled by Pollard. A little bit sore as maybe she landed on the hip there.
Abby's playing both ends of the floor. She was a pain in the ass as a guard junior, the way she just picks up full court. She still is right now. And then on the other end, just no fear. Just attacks the basket with aggression, gets herself to the stripe. Great job.
Great way to stay in touch with everything happening in this WNBL season is to download the WNBL app. Every score, story and stat, the fastest way to stay courtside with the WNBL. Scan the QR code on screen or head to your app store and download the WNBL app to stay across what should be such a fun season in this wonderful competition. So much history in the WNBL and history makers. Ball ace, Tolo, Soa get tangled up. It was a Mila-Soa sandwich, and the two Bendigo players making life difficult for the Townsville recruit. Have you seen her first game in, or back in orange, I should say, Laurie?
Soa, well, I think the thing with Soa is I like the fact that she was trying to fight through that screen there. She just, you know, Tolo had better position, and but I liked her endeavor. I liked what she's trying to do there. I think Soa has been fantastic for Townsville.
Ball ace sizing things up outside. Down low to Tolo. Low numbers on the shot clock. Crowd counts her in. Tolo stepping back. Alice will come up with the rebound. Olsen pushes it up to Cox. And Fowler was fouled underneath.
Like to see Lauren Cox go up and shoot that one. It gets a little crowded in the key when you're trying to make that extra pass.
Only the 1 point for Lauren Cox. Hasn't attempted a field goal. 1 of 4 at the free throw line. Lucy Olsen, 2 points. 1 of 3 from the field. 1 rebound, no assists. 14 minutes for Cox, 14 minutes for Olsen. So maybe not 100% the two of them, as Alice makes it work from outside. She's got 24.
There's that nice little out-of-bounds play again. Another player coming off, ready to shoot it. First it was Soa, now Abby Ellis. Just a shooter's mentality.
Tied at 62, over halfway gone in this final period. First game of the season for both of these two teams. The reigning champions, the Bendigo Spirit. And the team that plenty of people are tipping the Townsville Fire. And that is a very nice, efficient out-of-bounds play as Kennedy Kariyama wants to call timeout for his Bendigo team. 62 apiece between the grand finalists from last year.
Not now, go to the time.
5 minutes to play. We could not be more well-poised for this last half a quarter, you two. This is going to be a fun ride home.
This is when it's crunch time officially. Under 5 minutes to go. Which team is gonna, who's the closers on your teams? We look at them, look at this cheeky play. Just Mila cut through and screened.
Yeah.
We almost need a double Amy replay to go through this. Mila's screens the girl defending the out-of-bounds play. Defending Abby Ellis. So when Abby Ellis hands the ball to Lauren Cox, all she got to do is just run and get a handoff. I haven't seen that play before in my life. I love it.
So there you go, the top 5 scorers in the game. Ellis has got a game-high 24, ball ace 17. Soa 10 in her first outing. Fowler's got 9 rebounds, so 24 and 7 rebounds for Abby Ellis. Tolo with double-figure points and almost double-figure rebounds. Werung's got 5 assists to lead Bendigo. And Meg McConnell with 3 assists, and she's been plenty active, especially on that defensive end for Bendigo, Laurie, as their new import guard.
Well, she has, and she has to continue this last 4.5 minutes. But what's really intrigues me, Damon, is that it could come down to foul shooting. so far in the game, neither team have shot free throws well, and we know that that can be game winners at the end of it when it comes down to a close game.
Swat from Olsen was great defensive play.
Do not forget, that's the defensive player of last year who's having none of it.
And the #1 shot blocker from last year.
What was that?
Ball ace no good off the side of the backboard.
Stay poised was the message from Shannon Seabom. That lady with the ball now, Abby Ellis, up to a career-high 24 points. Her previous WNBL best 18 against this very side, Bendigo, last season.
There you go. That answers your question, Damon Lowry. Great work, Megan. Olsen off the backboard, around and out. Casey Samuels was just shielding herself for cover as she was on the ground in the keyway. Ball ace now inside, scores time, finds Tolo and hands Bendigo back the lead.
What a problem. What a problem she is, Laurie.
Well, I tell you what, she kept that ball in her hands, probing, waiting for the defense to make a decision before she got that ball into Tolo's hands. And didn't she make a great pass there, up in the air high?
17-7 and 3 assists for Izzy Ball ace. Cox for 3 off the front iron. It was 24% from downtown last year. Lauren Cox, and Townsville keep the possession. Down by 2, having led for the majority of the ball game. What have they got left down the stretch here, the Fire? Time winding down. Ellis, the 3-ball, bang! Hands the Fire back the lead.
Abby, you out there clowning. She is on fire. 27.6 triples. The 7, we'll just get 30 points then, Abby.
The breakout player of the year, potentially. Samuel's no good. Borlace rips it down.
Yeah, great offensive rebound by Borlace.
Looked like her old man taking an intercept mark. Here's Borlace for 3.
8 rebounds.
She is having a career afternoon, Abby Ellis, and she could yet lead Townsville to an opening round victory.
Well, Tolo's a little, oh, she's backing up.
It's all gone through this woman. Tosses it cross court. Olsen jabs on Werung, one of the best 3-and-D players in the competition. But Lucy Olsen's got the answer for her.
That is tough as hell.
Timeout, Bendigo and Kennedy Kerryama. And Townsville, after ceding the lead, have ripped off an 11-2 run to hit the front once more.
That shot was over. Werung, who is a great defender, clock is ticking down. She just had to let that fly.
Individual brilliance at its best. Sometimes it just comes down to, can you make a shot?
Yeah.
Especially when you haven't had a great game, and Lucy Olsen hasn't been hugely involved for the offense from Townsville, but comes down to moments, and that was a big one.
Well, it'll be really interesting this last 2.5 minutes because we're so early in the season that, you know, coaches probably haven't had time to run those end-of-game situations where you're up by 3, down by 3, you want to do this, so they're going on the whiteboard right now and all the fly.
Here is some of Abby Ellis's highlights. It's been a real display from her this afternoon. She is 6 of 9 from beyond the arc, Damon.
2. Yeah, Abby's on fire. Look, she's playing with so much confidence. You can just see the passion that she plays with. And I will personally be upset and offended if she don't take another 3-pointer, Lord, to get for 30.
Well, hey, got to go where the well is.
So 27 for Abby Ellis. Let's go courtside to Megan.
Well, it was all about staying calm and continuing to do what has got Bendigo to this point of the game, and that was stops and defense. Kennedy Kerryama asking his players to stick with it. They don't have to win this game with 3s. 2.5 minutes game time is a lot to play.
They've scored 11 of the last 13 in the game, and that's a giveaway. Oof. And another block from Borlace. Townsville will come up with it. Up by 3. Soa with time winding down, sizes up Tolo. Tolo says no.
Tolo says no, but Fowler gets cleans the glass.
Now the foul on Griffin.
And Fowler's been pretty quiet as far as scoring goes, but you could just see her relevance, her importance coming up with that O board or just getting a tap out.
Yeah, her work rate is exceptional.
Yeah.
10 rebounds now for Alex Fowler, 4 of them at the offensive end. And Abby Ellis will go to the line. Townsville 8 of 17 at the stripe. Bendigo 11 of 19. You said it might come down to free throw shooting.
There we go.
28. And what I like about what Shannon Seabaum has done is he's left Abby out here on the court. She's up to 31 minutes played, along with Mailer 31. 29.
2 made free throws, that's important.
Indeed it is. 5-point lead to Townsville. Led by as many as 16 in that first half.
Oh, good.
Nice find from Borlace underneath to Griffin.
The experience of Kelsey Griffin. Her player was overplaying her in the passing lane. Just a nice little backdoor cut.
She's dragged Bendigo to many a win over the course of her illustrious career, Kelsey Griffin. She might need to do it again today. Soa for 3! Mila Soa is the fire starter for Townsville. 6-point lead, minute 35 remaining, and that is exactly why they shelled out the Bickies.
Great call, JP. Good penetration by Alex Fowler. Extra pass by Lauren Cox to the international Barbie. That's a 23-foot layup for her.
Isn't that just, that's what you want to talk about, classic basketball. Get the ball, penetrate inside, kick it out, extra pass, wide open 3, and nail it in a close game.
Both teams, both coaches, everyone getting their mettle tested in this opening round game. And as a coach, Laurie, I mean, it's a good problem to have, right, being in this kind of tense situation, because at least you get a sense early on of what your team's got.
Well, and you can see who wants the ball in their hand, who performs with the ball in their hand, who wants to get rid of it, who's prepared to put their body on the line and take a charge, and who's going to execute out of these timeouts to perfection.
I'll tell you what, if we get a season worth of games like this, gee, aren't we in for something special?
Yeah, we get spoiled rotten in game 1. And they don't hand out trophies in October. But like you said, Laurie, coaches get to see what they got to work with.
May not hand out trophies in October, Damon, but they do hand out W's, and they're all. You need a few W's to get to the trophies.
100%.
They pave the path to what's at the end of it. And it is Townsville up by 6. Bendigo with the ball. Minute 35 left. They've made a couple of furious runs in this game. Great to have you with us. First leg of a Sunday doubleheader in the WNBL. Terrific defense from Fowler. Tolo, time winding down. McConnell ended up having to try and hook it over her shoulder. And another rebound for Abby Ellis.
Well, Townsville very much aware that Kelsey Griffin, the heart and soul of this Bendigo team, is on 4 fouls. Shannon Seaborn making his players aware of that. The message to Fowler to slip out of the screen as they try and trap Abby Ellis.
Trap her.
And that is a walk.
Good call, Damon Lowry.
Yeah, just shook her feet, shook her pivot foot. Abby Ellis is a rebound off 2 rebounds, 29 and 8, 4 assists. Incredible performance. How many turnovers? None. None of them, JP.
It's been a hell of a game. Later tonight, Adelaide and Perth, 6:30 Eastern Daylight Time, 6 o'clock if you're in SA, and 3:30 in the West. McConnell driving inside. Tolo likes to look at the 3.
9 rebounds. Alex Fowler blocks out.
Fowler's already got 10 rebounds, so she says, I don't need it, Abby. This is all yours. And Abby Ellis, who has guided her team throughout this ball game thus far. Career afternoon. Why not 2 more to get to 31? What a performance from Abby Ellis.
And Damon Lowry is out of his seat. She's got her 30.
I done popped a couple buttons off the blazer. Abby Ellis, have a game.
You can pop buttons. It's the kind of performance that'll see Abby Ellis popping corks. And the Townsville Fire, having lost to Bendigo in the grand final, every game they played last season, and their last 6 come into Bendigo, and they take down the reigning champions in the opening game of their season. Townsville get it done, 74-66. And it may not be demons exercised, but it is a very nice start to the season for the Fire and Shannon Seabohm.
They did exactly what you want to do. They came on the road, they got a lead early, established themselves, they weathered the storm. Lori, Bendigo threw everything at them. They didn't fold, and they executed down the stretch. They turned up their defensive intensity, got the result.
Well, it was tied at 4.5 minutes to go, and then Bendigo actually went ahead, so all credit to Townsville, to the coaching staff, just the way they held poised at the end and stuck steady, and that lady on the screen, Abby Ellis, what a game, what a performance.
Yeah, career afternoon for Abby Ellis, 31-10. She finishes with 4 assists to go with it. She was 6 of 9 from outside, 5 of 6, and that's really laying down a marker to start the season for the WNBL's Betty Watson Breakout Player of the Year last year. I don't know what you call the breakout on a breakout, but let's just call it whatever Abby Ellis did this afternoon, and she's alongside Megan Hustwaite.
Well, yes, JP, she was the breakout player last season. She broke her own record today, 31 points, 10 rebounds, double-double. But Abby, I guess you're most pleased that you've led your side to a tough win.
Yeah, I mean, that was great. This meant a lot to us, you know, coming from last season, we had a point to prove. Just really proud of the girls, yeah.
Tell us about the group. You've added some important pieces in the off-season. We saw you play a bit faster today. Is that what you guys want to try and achieve with your style?
Yeah, absolutely. We have so many scoring options and we're so selfless. I think that's the main thing. We move the ball. Everyone can score. We're hard to guard, but yeah, it was great pace today.
So this time last year in round 1, you were making your WNBL debut. We know you had the Breakout Award. You made your Opals debut after not being in the initial squad and getting a late call-up. How do you reflect on the last 12 months?
Oh, it's crazy. You kind of have had time to reflect, but you know, you kind of just take the opportunities, keep playing basketball and have fun with it, yeah.
And Canberra next week, they had a good win yesterday, so we're straight on to round 2. It's going to be a good matchup, and I'm sure you'll enjoy going head-to-head with Jade Melbourne.
Yeah, of course. She's so fun to guard.
You're fun to watch too. Well done today, Abby Ellis, our player of the game.
Thank you.
Absolutely, she's fun to watch, Megan. That was an outstanding performance, and you remember that, yeah, as Megan said, she only debuted at the start of last year and she's rising to remarkable things. Let's take a look at her highlights. Damon, a lot of this had you out of your seat throughout the course of the afternoon.
You know I'm a fan of some guard play, and Abby Ellis just turned in a master class. 33 minutes, 31 points, 10 boards. She ain't that tall. 4 assists and 0 turnovers. Just completely controlled the game. And on the defensive end, she was an absolute pest. Anybody that knows Abby's work, she will make you work for 94 feet, and she deserves all the success. She's a hard worker, has always been. It is just great to see.
So a career afternoon for Abby Ellis, and that would give her a lot of confidence to start the year, Laurie.
Well, I just like her. She played with such high basketball IQ. Her decision-making when she was coming off those screens, whether to pass, whether to step back, whether to break somebody's ankles.
And that was the final bucket of the game.
You know, that was really impressive for somebody like her.
31 points, 10 rebounds, 10 of 16, 6 of 9 from outside, 4 assists to go with it. So a masterful performance from Abby Ellis. And she went head-to-head with another young star in our competition in Izzy Borlace, making her debut for the Bendigo Spirit. And she's alongside Megan.
It was a bright debut in Bendigo colours for Izzy Borlace today, but you were just saying is that loss is a bit of a bummer. Does it feel that way, disappointing after a huge comeback?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think it's credit to Townsville. They came out. I feel like the team to beat. But yeah, credit to our girls. I think in the second half we really picked up our defensive pressure, and I think it shows what we can be, and I think there's lots to learn from a loss like that.
Well, you had some great defensive moments as well. What have you been working on in the off-season? We know you got to the top of the podium with the Opals, but you're in fantastic shape. You're playing with confidence today. Can you tell us what you've been working on?
Yeah, like in the off-season, I've been playing WNBL1 with the Melbourne Tigers, and then just Sassy and the VIS has offered the facilities out to me, and they've been great. There's coaches there and all the facilities that I need to get better, so it's been great working with them, and yeah, I guess it's helped me get where I am right now.
Has it been great working with 2 veterans of this team and league, in Kelsey Griffin and Mariana Tolo? You didn't have experience around you in Adelaide. How have you benefited from their experience and high IQ?
Yeah, it's been great. KG and Tolo are probably one of the best duos in the league. They've been around for a while, and I I feel really grateful that they're setting screens for me now, not on me. So that's helping me get opened, and yeah, there's a lot to build from that.
And what about the life that you're building here in Bendigo? It was a big move to move away from your home state and come to Victoria and the regional hub here. How are you enjoying being a bit more out on your own 2 feet and being a big grown-up? Because you're 21 now, is it?
Yeah, just turned 21. But yeah, it's been really nice here in Bendigo. I'm living with 2 of the girls, Polly and Kelsey, and they're looking after me. And it's just a group of girls here that's made it so enjoyable. And yeah, the coaching staff, it's just everyone here in Bendigo is making my life really enjoyable.
My goodness, there's a lot of talent in that household. Three young guns. Well done today, Iz. We look forward to seeing you again in action next week.
Thanks.
Thanks to Megan. Thanks to Izzy. Big season ahead for Izzy Borlace. And gee, tell you what, if that's a sign of things to come with the block and all the offensive fireworks, it's going to be a fun season. Townsville get it done in a very, very close one. But if you're Izzy Borlace and you were looking for an opportunity, a bit of a fresh start, maybe a bit of a change of scenery, as Megan said, that's a great way to start things off.
Well, she just spoke so highly of her teammates and some of the, the experience of Kelsey and of Tolo. And when I look at their stats, they've played 243 games, both of them, at the same time. Their career paths have gone many different ways, but they have 243 games. So to be mentored by players like that, great result.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's a different spirit team. It's a younger spirit team, and Townsville, I mean, they're the youngest team in the competition. Shannon Seabohm has said that they aren't the sort of old veteran team that many people would think that they might be, but Damon, they were still able to get it done today and in a really efficient way. I mean, as you said, they weathered the storm. Bendigo came at them really, really hard, and then they still had the answers down the stretch.
Townsville have a brand of basketball that Shannon Seabohm has implemented over years. Going back, like when he first got there, they play a style that gives teams trouble. He's very guard-orientated. They don't shoot themselves in the foot, and they execute. So now he's always going to have a potent backcourt. With the addition of Mila Sow onto that lineup, the emerging Alex Fowler. Look, the pieces look great for another championship run.
Let's find out a bit more about his brand of basketball, because Shannon Seabohm is with Megan.
Well, Shannon, you are the 5-time Coach of the Year. You earned your keep today. That was probably a bit closer in the end than you might have liked.
Oh yeah, we knew it was going to be close. So Bendigo, had our number. They beat us 5 times last year. So Kennedy knows our stuff well. Tolo and Griffin are tough as heck, and I think it was a scrappy but good first game for us. I think we'll learn a lot from that. And it's good to get a first win and keep moving forward.
Nice to snap a losing streak against them as well. You must be so proud of Abby Ellis. You recruited her to this team. We just spoke about her debuting in this corresponding fixture last year. She gets a call up to the Opals after not being in the initial squad, and she led you to victory today.
Oh, she was huge, and she's had a great pre-season. I think seeing her come back in, she's really improved. She understands what we're doing here, and she led from the front today, right from the start of the game. So, really proud of her and proud of the team, and, excited to keep going.
You didn't have that flat-out scorer last year. It was shared amongst players. Milisowa brings that firepower, and although she didn't lead the scoring today, she sure showed plenty of why you've brought her in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think we've got a number of pieces now that can contribute on the offensive end, and, I think it's going to take us a while to figure out how we're playing together and where everyone fits in and all those things, but I'm excited about our team and excited for the rest of the year.
What about next week, Canberra? It looms as a great clash. They had a good win yesterday and have some exciting new pieces, so that's going to be another great challenge in round 2.
Oh, absolutely. They're big, they're athletic, they played really well yesterday, so it'd be good to have a look at them, and yeah, can't wait to go up against them.
Now, you're a dad of 3. The coaching doesn't end at the Fire, because your young girl, Mila, is quite a talent herself, and we see you coaching her, and she's got some great skills. How much do you enjoy sharing that passion for the game with your daughter?
Oh, yeah, it's really fun. She loves basketball, and, obviously we're a basketball family, so my poor kids can't really escape it, but no, she loves it, and so it's fun to get out in the backyard and and coach her and that sort of stuff. And hopefully one day she'll be playing out here.
Is she coachable?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's good.
Does she listen to Dad in general?
Yeah, most of the time. I think we're hitting the age where she might stop, but so far so good.
Well, so good today. Well done, Shannon, and good luck next week against the Cats.
Thanks a lot.
So far so good for his Canberra Capitals as well. They get the win over Bendigo. They led at every change and win by 8 in the end to start their season off with a W. Let's look at the final stats of they started really, really hot. Only the 3 3-pointers in the second half. Bendigo turned that defensive intensity up. but across the board it was pretty even.
Well, you still, you say they only shot a couple in the second half, but they're 10 from 20, 50% from the free throw line, or from the three-point line. That's phenomenal. That is a great result for any team, and that really held them in good stead for that second half and down the line.
And the defensive intensity that Bendigo displayed to get back into the game is what Kennedy Kariyama is going to want them to do from the start of every game. That's going to be their new identity, because last year is over with. Their championship team does not exist like it did, so now they have to find a new way.
Yeah, there is a lot to take out for both of these two teams, a lot more to break down as well. We'll keep going on the other side. Townsville get their season off to a start, winning by 8 in Bendigo over the Spirit. A lot to like about the season opener for Townsville and Bendigo. So much to like for Abby Ellis, only 24 years old and still got so much to go in her career. Joel Peterson alongside WNBL Championship winning coach Laurie Chiswick and the National 3x3 Kangaroos coach Damon Lowry. Let's take a look at our match highlights. 74-66 Townsville, the final score. They got off to a really good offensive start. Izzy Borlace and Abby Ellis going head-to-head throughout. But eventually, it was Ellis who led Townsville to a really impressive victory.
Well, you'd have to say that the first half really belonged to Townsville, and certainly that third quarter belonged to Bendigo, and they upped their pressure. But Borlace, just the way that she was able to, and especially in that second half, exert her physicality. And we see this block here. I think that was a real turning point. That really lifted the Spirit and their fans for them to really come back.
17, 8, and 4 assists for Isabel Borlase, and she's only going to get better the more comfortable she gets in Bendigo. But playoff basketball, that's what that reminded me of just then.
Yep.
I mean, the coaches might disagree and think it was a little bit clunky at times, but the way they competed against each other, you can see that these two teams are primed for playoff basketball.
Yeah, they'd certainly both harbour top 4 hopes as the grand finalists from last year, but it was Townsville who got the win over Bendigo to open this season with a very impressive victory and plenty of offensive firepower to go with it. And they look like a team that's got what they needed in the off-season, Laurie, which is just a little bit more scoring spread.
Well, and that's great for the coach to identify that. These are where we went wrong last year, or this is what we could add to our squad. And he went out and did it. And he signed early. He got his group together early. And I think the fact that Lauren Cox signed straight away after the season just shows and talks a little bit about their culture in the team.
So tonight, of course, another game to come, 6:30 Eastern Daylight Time, 6 o'clock if you're in South Australia, 3:30 out west, Adelaide and Perth. We get our first look at the new look Lightning and, of course, Perth, who are one of the boom teams potentially this season, Dave.
Yeah, some people think Perth might even win the whole thing. They're going to have something. I think they're going to have something to say.
Did some person tell you that in a mirror by any chance?
Yeah, so we'll get to wait to see Karen Mitchell makes her coaching debut in Adelaide Lightning. So let's just tune in and see what happens.
Yep, it's going to be all kinds of fun, so make sure you stick around for that one a little bit later on in the afternoon. And all road teams so far this weekend, Laurie, as you pointed out a little while ago, so potentially a good omen for the Perth Lynx there at the SA State Basketball Centre. Who do you think wins that one a little bit later on today?
Well, I'm probably going to go with Perth just because Adelaide is so new. New players, new coach.
And I figure you're tipping Perth.
Laurie likes the Lynx.
If you're tipping them for the championship, you need to tip them for their first game most likely. Great to work alongside both of you. Townsville came in. They wanted to take some revenge over the team that beat them in last year's championship series, and they did so. It wasn't without a fight. It wasn't without plenty of highlights throughout. But ultimately, it was the Townsville Fire who notched their first win of the season, 74-66 over the Spirit.